it's late, but we don't care. We are here. NA continues on probably for another 2, possibly 3 hours. If you didn't know, right here will be NP versus Freedom winner. 1 game, 1 slot at TI. Elsewhere, well, there are 3 teams still in it. It is Complexity, it is Wheel, and it is DC. We'll be battling it out for 2 spots to move on to the bracket tomorrow. There's a lot of NA Dota left, and it's getting late, guys. I have Charlie, Cap, Jack. You guys are all looking great.
Good thing we have our monster energy to get us through these late and difficult hours. There was a tweet last game that I like to respond to, as it did come from our distinguished very own Bruno, and he asked, "Who is the Manu Ginobili of Dota?" I thought about this a little bit.
Well, now
I've got an answer.
Well, you got to let me. Okay, you go first. I got to think. If you got time to think,
all right, go ahead.
So you can think about while I go through my answer.
I got an answer too.
All right, mine. I'm going with KP of Newbie. Why? Couple reasons. One, he's from a southern hemisphere, country or region, not really known for producing Dota players. Not the first place you'd look. Just like the Spurs ended up taking that chance on somebody from far away, from Argentina, who also played in Europe, from a region not known for producing great basketball players. He's a very versatile player. He's kind of quiet, low-key, down to earth, but he also plays a number of different roles. He can play those illusion heroes from the Naga, who farms very well. He can play a core, and he's been playing the offlaner and been the playmaker as well. And he's got this uncanny way about him of just finding these windows and angles to get stuff done. So for me, he's the Manu Ginobili.
One retort, Jack. Where is KP from again? Australia, correct? You're saying they have not produced any other towns, so the Risks, the Snoopies, the Black Chitans from New Zealand. Or is he from Australia?
The Gods.
I don't know. The Gods. I kind of agree with where you're going, but there is literally no other Argentinians in basketball. But there's plenty of other Australians.
That's not true.
That's not true. Actually.
Remember Andres Nocioni?
Do I look like I remember Andre Nocioni? Or I watch a lot of basketball.
Grant. Jack gave his argument for somebody. Do you have somebody better than?
Nah, I'm still thinking. Charlie was about to say something, I believe, though. So.
All right. So I saw that Vila threw out Xiaowei, some old ass fuck that's been playing for a long time that's still at it, really putting in the work and doing well. I think that's a very fair argument. I think so. You got wait. To start out, you guys said that Fada was KD.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, I'm as shocked about that as you are.
Oh, that was Grant.
Yeah.
How is Fada KD?
NPs, they go to LANs and they win games at LANs, but they can never win the whole thing. So now you got your boy Fada. He's got his strut on like this, walking in, the Vince McMahon, of course, and he's here. Now they're there. They win one more game. They're at TI. He already did it. They're now at TI. That's guaranteed money. Huge money. He just took him to the championship.
What the hell are you talking about?
Kevin Durant is more like Arteezy.
What?
Going to Secret or back to EG.
KD is R4.
No, absolutely not.
Fada is more a Manu Ginobili than a KD.
But people like Arteezy in the Dota scene for the most part. No one likes KD. Not one person likes KD anymore. No?
My God.
No?
I did make the point that Fada also, they similarly have a similar attitude.
Yeah. No one likes... Who likes Kevin Durant besides Golden State people now?
That's fair. That's fair. But it's very similar to, Artur when he did do the hop, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like him for that.
So you're saying KD's hopping back to Oklahoma soon, or what? Inside info? I don't know. I don't got anyone. I mean, Manu was never the boss hog of his team, right? There was always Tim Duncan. There was, Kawhi now.
You could make the argument that, Fear is more of a Tim Duncan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if you're going to use Xiaowei Fear, that's more of the kind of Tim Duncan label, right?
And then you even have, Tony Manu, I don't consider Manu that great of a player.
Dude, what? Dude, Manu's great.
We're done.
How good is he?
I mean, we still don't have another team. Team NP's taking their sweet time on the break.
They've played 3 in a row now.
That's just par for the course.
I mean, I'm just saying, you have the opportunity to come up with something better. I think Bruno is clearly the judge. So far, I've only heard Jack, and I've only heard dissenting opinions about Jack's opinion, but he still gave somebody.
I'll say
a defense of that person.
I'll say this. I think Fada is the Manu Ginobili.
Okay, give me your argument. Give me your argument.
He's
Grant's not gonna back you up, but okay.
been in the scene for a very long time. Very solid, stable player
True.
that consistently puts up numbers and does things for you. Maybe not the flashiest player. Maybe not the biggest star on the team, but he is there for you every single night.
But Manu has been on the same team for 20 years. Fada has not.
Barely anybody in Dota has been on the same team for 20 years. All the people that have been on the same team in Dota for 20 years are just like not that good anymore.
Checkmate, Bruno.
Or
There is no
retired.
Manu Ginobili.
All right, so can we just agree that OG are the Spurs and Sumail's LeBron? Oh, well, I can't even agree. We can't
No.
see eye to eye.
I'm
We're
trying.
this
No,
basketball
I'm
thing.
thinking. I'm thinking about this. Like, if that works.
Then that would make EG what? Cleveland? EG's not Cleveland. Dude.
Nah, EG's
Oh,
like
come
the
on, this
Heat.
is just
EG's
player
like the Heat.
comparisons. You don't necessarily make the full team comparison. That's
EG
way
were-
too tough.
EG were like those Miami
All right,
Heat
who's
teams,
Team
all right?
Freedom? Because that's the team we're seeing coming up next.
The up-and-comers who have a chance to take it all. I mean, I would say Toronto last year. The Raptors.
I like the Celtics.
They're also very similar. Remember when Atlanta was really good?
No.
No, the Hawks.
No, Raptors, they're garbage.
No. There was a long time ago where the Hawks were had a pretty good run. They didn't have like huge
You mean
stars.
back when they had like Mookie Blaylock and Steve Smith?
No.
This is some NBA Jam
Just
shit.
like the mid-90s. we're
That's
talking
This is
what
not
I'm
the
saying.
mid
That's like the
'90s. This was
96
like,
shit.
this was like
Alright, this is-
2010-ish.
I've got to remind us that we're doing a Dota, very important Dota match coming up here. So.
Jack, can you draw us right behind you? Is there a chance you can draw us your favorite Dota player?
I mean, it would look nothing like a Dota player.
Well,
so
you draw it and we'll take a guess.
Actually, hold up. For NA, we got to go back to our
you're
map
right.
thing. Remember, because Team
Yeah,
Freedom
yeah.
was the Burning Legion. Sorry, if we're going to make a different comparison here and
True,
get away
true.
from NBA. We did originally have the comparison of NA Dota. You can't really see it because Gods removed the one that was right here.
Which we needed.
Jesus. But Complexity is Night Elves. NP is Undead. DC is Orc.
No, it should be the other way around. NP was the Night Elves.
Oh, you're right.
Complexity
NP
was
was
the
the-
Undead.
Well, Complexity should get erased. We should put Freedom up there instead because they actually beat teams.
So what? It's now Night Elves versus the Burning Legion, right? Which we determined that's what
Yes.
Team Freedom was.
Yes.
So
So where are you going with this?
I don't know. I wanted you guys to talk about that.
the burning
Well, and
So-
we
so
also
this
didn't
is
complete.
like-
We also didn't complete our square.
Well, if
Which
this
what?
is anything like Warcraft history, where the first time the Burning Legion comes to face the Night Elves, the Burning Legion shits on the Night Elves super hard.
yes.
right, that happened.
And then the second time, the Night Elves, they shit on the Burning Legion.
I wouldn't say they shit. They definitely took the fight, but they did win. Yeah.
So who's
They
like the
did win.
Gul'dan of this of the Dota?
Bulba. Bulba is cool, Dad, dude.
Oh man. But let's go
Oh,
down.
that fits too, because they're Orc, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Okay, let's get down to it though. Let's break down the 3 lanes. Let's go first middle. CC&C goes up against Fada. Both of them have been playing super well, but I mean CC&C has looked monstrous.
He's
That's in a good
so
way.
good right now.
Yeah, he is.
But I think the bigger thing when we look at the mid lane, because the mid lane is not
A clusterfuck,
It is not a 1v1 anymore. It is not mono e mono.
Yeah.
It is 2-3 heroes on both sides,
Yeah.
like doing this like positional like dance around each other, trying to get that advantage.
Throwing out a spell here or there.
Yeah.
That edge goes to Fada, I think.
I want to shout out CC&C for that last game, the big
Yeah.
balls play that we saw. He had, at some point, he had 27 Bloodstone charges and a couple thousand gold save. So it was basically 3 lives, right?
Yeah.
For if the other team's going to push back. He's like, nah, you know what? We're going to YOLO this. He sells his Bloodstone, I think, to get either the Daedalus or the Scotty.
Scotty,
The
yeah.
Scotty. And then that uses up all his buyback gold. So that's just straight up the most YOLO play that I've seen.
He literally killed 2 of his lives to be stronger.
Yeah, he's
for
like, I
just
don't need
one.
3 lives. I just need 1, and we're going to win this game right here. And it worked out. And if
It
it
did.
didn't, you know, like the hindsighting, the blame, I could see him getting so much of that flack, but it worked out. And so big props to him. And they have 2 kings on their team as well, you know.
Yep.
Sure.
Right.
I think you say Fada in the mid lane, but
Just purely on the changing of the mid lane focus and how it is.
the reason I think it might tip in the favor of Freedom is because it's not just one person anymore, and I think the roaming 4 advantage you give to Flea.
Sure.
I want you guys to watch, like, sorry, the picks. I want to see if Freedom takes first pick. If they take first pick, you have to ban Sand King, I think. Like, Flea has shown his Sand King is just nuts.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Okay, sorry, Charlie.
But yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a great segue. The roaming out of Flea and his impact on the map has been just phenomenal. It's very like. Remember in the beginning of the patch when Owie was making all those rotations and all those plays on his, like, even on Doom, like, this is very reminiscent of that. And I haven't been seeing, like, so much of that out of Owie this run.
Yeah, you would if you're gonna give the pure characterization, then you would give AUI the more scaling. Like, that's what he's been better as a support in this qualifier in comparison to Francis Flea, who's definitely had a larger impact in his rotations.
Oh, man.
Now, go ahead.
No, you go on.
I actually have information. We do have Eternal Envy winning the coin toss. He took first pick.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that means they could take away Sand King away from Flea.
Has NP played? I've cast their games. I haven't seen a Sand King in their games. I definitely could see them taking it from, Freedom or just banning it out.
And in response, Freedom took Radiant, which has been interesting. We've seen NP on a lot of Dire, at least today, and they seem to be pretty comfortable with it. I think they chose that overall for the most part, as far as I remember, last few months as well. So they've really liked that.
Man, and I'm just... How much do you think Freedom's kicking themselves for losing to Red in the very first match of the qualifier? If they had beaten this tier... I don't know. It was funny because the first game, like, Freedom just lost to Red. Are they not as good as I thought? And now they beat every single team besides them. But Team Red is why they're not in TI right now.
I can... If it doesn't happen, I can hear CNC going, man, if only we had beaten Team Red.
Golly.
Gosh darn it. Okay, so
it is crazy, though.
We need to hurry up because we're almost into the draft. Our off-lane comparison, then.
That's
Snake
the
King
closest one.
Versus MSS. You think that's the closest one? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
They both...
Okay, maybe not the closest. Mid's pretty close, but, like, this is super tight as well. Like, MSS is... He's a god.
Yeah, he is. That's the last game. Just go watch that if you haven't, and you'll understand why. Just watch the first 3 minutes. That's all you need for him.
But if you watch Freedom's matches, like, Snake King is doing so much work in the off lane.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, killing their 5-position hero. He's pressuring their 1-position hero.
I think it's, again, a comparison of that you have an old-school experienced player who's solidified himself as one of the top 10s of his position versus the newer up-and-comer who is actually on quite the hot streak. Like, CCNC is putting in work. So is Snake King. They both done operated a lot.
Who's the veteran here between Snake King and MSS?
Okay, he's got he's in a comeback. He
is in a comeback. Yeah.
It's a new Snake King. It's a new king. You know.
That's smart.
Long live the old king.
This is the real return of the king right here.
Yeah. Someone finally banned Sand King against him. Like, teams were so comfortable giving it to him, and it was funny. Lacoste was flaming the Flea build, which I could see why. He always got like Wand, Raindrop, Tranquil's Windlace, so his blink would get super slowed down. The last game they played to beat it was Planet Odd. He just went Tranquils, he went Stick, and then he went Blink. He did exactly what Lacoste said. He got a super quick blink, and it worked out. But I mean, I guess we can stop talking about Sand King. He has no impact on a TI goer team now.
You know, it's super interesting that MP ban out the Wisp themselves. Have you seen Freedom play Wisp?
Yeah, Sand King's played it twice.
It doesn't seem like a Sand King hero, though.
I mean, that's what he used to spam in pubs to get it, and then he, like, stopped playing it. Remember when he had, like, that weird thing where he was playing cores to try to get his MMR up?
I do remember
like, before that, he played, like, him and Jubei just spam Wisp to get their MMR up, which is impressive, because who the hell spams Wisp to get MMR? Those two. Nuts.
Crazy.
First pick NP. A lot of heroes. I mean, you still have Clockwork. We've seen NP and Freedom like.
Night Stalker.
Crystal Maiden is in the pool. And you can team up Crystal Maiden with anyone, right? Crystal Maiden, they pick someone else. You're going to get a mid-hero who gets extremely well-fed off it. And just Lina. I mean, I don't think you ever first pick a Lina, but I feel Freedom might want to just get it early for CCNC, right?
I don't know. That's super early, man.
Yeah, we've seen second pick Linas before, though. It is hard to counter that hero, like, in the mid lane, even mid-game, late game. I could see him doing it just because Quinn's so comfortable on it, but maybe they won't. And there it is, Clockwork.
So, you know, out of NS Clockwork, you take one of those two.
And we
take the Night Stalker in response to
I was going to say Night Stalker Disruptor.
You could say Night Stalker CM, or Night Stalker Disruptor is one of the 2 openings that we saw out of Freedom last time.
Great. You saw the match that Jack and I were casting, Freedom.
Yeah. Oh, I was stressing out.
Beating
about
out
it,
Planet Odd.
Yeah.
What did you think about this Lycan and Night Stalker interaction that we're seeing? We saw the Lycan picked into Night Stalker in that game, and then our last game we just saw Night Stalker and Lycan being picked up on the same team. What do you think about that interaction?
Oh, wow. First pick A. Sorry, that A pick's weird. But Lycan as a hero, like we just saw Mason, right? Get crushed as it. Oh, they picked
that kills that conversation. No Night Stalker, Ancient Apparition, and Earth Spirit instead.
And if you guys don't remember, I believe it was Flea. What team did he knock out of the qualifiers by kicking someone into the fountain?
Yeah.
That was that 90-minute game.
Yep.
And Flea just single-handedly won them the game by kicking like 2 cores into the fountain when they didn't have buyback with Ags, and they're gonna have him. I actually forgot. I brought it up earlier, and it's been a long day.
The AA pick is really interesting. I think almost like a deny pick. So I think NP used to run this. Had been running this quite a bit. So.
It might be like because we've seen MP pick up a lot of like tanky cores for Envy, and AA is a way to cut through that. Which is like preempting the bristleback, whatever that comes out.
Yeah, if they had the Dazzle, if they had the Legion Commander, something like that.
And that does seem to be one of the things that MP like picking some of these tankier heroes because it works with their more reactive playstyle, that the hero that has gone on survives for a long time. Ancient Apparition cuts that down, right? There is no saving mech that's going to come in. Like, that hero's going to die quick and fast, that damage is permanent, and it kind of, I think, in some ways counters that
unhealable damage.
It is the most unhealable. You literally cannot. It's an Ice Blast. And also, Cap, I want you on...
You can Sunder for it, though, right?
True. It's a health swap, not a health removal.
Heal.
Yeah, it's some weird thing.
Still remains unhealable.
I want you on level 1 skill watching duty on Ancient Apparition.
Okay.
He is one of the few. They roamed 5, and he skilled Cold Feet in the fountain, not Chili Fingers, which is it's straight, right? Or what is it? Icy Fingers?
That sounds like an appetizer.
Chilling Touch.
From Chili's.
Chilling Touch. No, it's just weird, right? You're literally giving up like 300 damage for that. It was super weird. They got first blood, but with some Chili Fingers, dude, that actually, I haven't eaten in a bit. Well,
that's about as
Jack. You're supposed to give me food.
That's about as NA as it gets, actually. In terms
Chili
of
Fingers.
Oh, good bristleback, man. I mean, they have the AA, but I mean, AA just stops him from like healing, but that hero just doesn't take damage from the back. Still doesn't break it. Like, I like that man.
So, what do we think about this Earth Spirit? That is the other thing that we haven't seen very much of. It is a Francis Lee special.
I think it's literally just like one of the only teams that would run it just because he is so good on the Earth Spirit.
If you used to see like DC won't even pick it for Dubu because I think they don't really like the hero anymore, and it's crazy. You're first picking an AA Earth Spirit, so you kind of know how the lanes are going to be, right? You have a very defensive who can throw out his E, give you damage, but
I think the Earth Spirit's kind of an answer to the Clockwork. I think they have a hero that kind of matches the mobility, isn't really afraid of him, can get away from him, and can also apply their own pressure on mid. So I think it's...
The question is why Earth Spirit and not Night Stalker?
Yeah, he mans up better than the Clockwork does. He still has an escape mechanism, just like the Earth Spirit would.
And the Night Stalker
you don't even know what your mid matchup is yet, right? It's not like you know what... What if it's Deuce mid? Like, Earth Spirit literally doesn't have a job to do in the mid lane.
This is very speculative, but I feel like Earth Spirit needs less in the way of itemization than the Night Stalker.
Sure.
But Night Stalker feels like he falls off a little bit mid game and onwards. But the
Night Stalker also provides vision.
He does, but he kind of needs the Aghanims to do that, right? I mean, obviously he reduces the ward vision, but he kind of needs the Ags to do that. So if he doesn't have a start, if he doesn't get kills, if he doesn't get the Midas, then he can be delayed for quite a bit.
I mean, conversely, you sort of have that argument for Earth Spirit in a way where if the Earth Spirit doesn't get off to that early start by finding kills, then
a little bit. I mean, I think Blink or Force Staff with the Urn, and he's kind of good to go, right? Especially you're gonna Force Staff anyway.
Sure, but he also needs levels. He needs a lane to gank. He can't. If NP just drafts a whole bunch of dead lanes, then what does the Earth Spirit do? Earth Spirit also can't roll out. Like if he's getting battery assaulted, he can't roll.
Yeah.
That's why, but he still kicks you away, right?
Yeah, he can't kick you away. You have to be level 2, and level 1 it could be a little rough, but in the early. Puck next, obviously. I mean, it could be they could drow. I haven't seen Team Freedom run a drow strat, so I think that's just CCNC's hero. I could be completely wrong, but Yawar does not seem like a real drow player.
And this is another hero that we would expect to be swapped out for something else, right? Like, we still have the Lina out there, and we've seen how many times Lina has been picked up preemptively, but
Puck
like,
Lina,
if you have to pick mid first.
Has Puck Lina been it has to be the most played mid matchup like right now. This is some real like Quap Puck stuff from back in the day. We've just seen that, but conversely, it's a TA now.
Ooh. That's rough.
That is very rough.
I mean, this only looks good for Freedom if they swap that puck into the off lane.
Snaking can play it.
Yeah, I don't think Puck TA is that bad when you have an Earth Spirit on Radiant side. This Earth, I mean, your refraction charges are gonna melt. If Earth Spirit just rolls on you even level 1 with an Orb of Venom, that TA does not have a fun time.
It's still not a dual lane though, right?
Yeah.
Or it's still not a 1v1 that you're ganking. Like, very likely you'll have that clockwork.
Exactly. He'll be
matching,
there,
so.
and that's why you want to dominate other way. Yeah. It's interesting. Okay. Well,
Okay.
there it is.
Oh
They are
my
gonna do it.
God.
So maybe it's not you are here. I'm sure. I mean, everyone.
I mean,
played
that
drow,
still
it
might
doesn't
not
matter,
even
yeah.
be. That might not even be. What's it called? A mid puck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's off lane now.
It's
Yeah,
off lane now,
the
that's what I
off
mean,
lane
yeah.
because it's off lane puck.
With the drow aura is insane.
Yeah, it's one of the few times that you can do off lane puck successfully is when you have that.
The only time really I think we've seen him maybe a little different, but
They have so many options for mid too. This last band, I don't think
it's
really
gonna be Lina for
kills.
I'm sure NP's gonna ban Lina.
I'm sure they're gonna ban Lina, but
Yeah.
they're still Invoker. They're
Yep.
still like they could run a Dragonite strat. I don't think that's a CC hero, but
What if they did Viper Jack?
There's other heroes too.
Queen of
I was
Pain-
gonna say,
Queen of
there's-
Pain versus
you got
the
the
Templar
two.
Assassin.
You got two poisonous heroes. You got the Viper and
Dude,
the
those aren't
Venomancer
CC
that
heroes,
do
come
well
on.
against
Not,
the
but
TA.
I really
right?
do kind of like Viper here, strangely enough. I
Viper
hate saying
or
it.
Venom.
I
I
don't
kind of
think
do
they'll
like
pick
it as
I-
well. Dude, this actually looks like a decent
I
Viper.
am very excited for this
It's
last
not
pick
going to be
coming out from
Viper,
Team
but
Freedom.
I would like it. That's
I agree with that assessment, Brand. I don't think it will be because of the player that's mid.
But if it was
would
another
work.
player, yeah,
Yes.
if another player.
If we switch mid players, for
Yeah,
example, it
Fado
would definitely be a Viper.
Yeah, Fado plays a Viper.
and Legion Commander. That is now what is this? What did MSS play in the game versus 2 games ago?
Legion Commander.
Has he
Commander.
played Legion 3 games in a row now?
I think
This
so,
is
yeah.
4.
Yeah.
So MSS probably after last. Maybe he was getting bored of it, and then after last game, he was like, "Man, that was the funnest game
Yeah,
I've
that was
ever
great.
played."
Me and
So now he's
Dazzle
hyped
just
up for this.
bullying that Lycan. Oh, that felt amazing. Chasing him through the forest. Please give me that again.
Yep. And now we see slow bans coming out. No reserve time PL. What does that mean exactly?
I mean, it's a gap closing hero that works against Stro Ranger.
And they don't have great illusion clear.
Yeah, they have nothing for that.
Okay. I really expect the Lina ban here. If not, they have to know Freedom's probably going to pick it up, so you have to have a plan for it, obviously.
10 seconds remaining.
And they have very little reserve time left, so we got about 10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Wonder why they banned CK in the second phase. We didn't really look at it, but
Oh, wow,
they
they-
think it's a mid puck.
Fire team pick.
I mean, considering the mid matchup and everything, I have to think that it's not the puck versus TA.
no.
I think you enable your arguably your best player, the player who's I think on playing the best right now.
Did you just do Medusa again? Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
5 seconds
I think
remaining.
Medusa's
Medusa
good.
against Stro Ranger.
Whoa! What
They could go with the Earthshaker again. Actually, they could put the puck mid and go with an Earthshaker. I think.
I would
Especially with the
kinda
Nature's
like that.
Prophet now, yeah.
That's interesting. Team Freedom has a lot of ways to go, and Team NP I didn't think had a lot of ways to go, and that is definitely I mean, I thought there was like a fork in the road, and there's a third fork. What's that called? A triple-pronged fork?
That
A regular fork?
A
a
Trident.
trident?
Oh, a trident, and NP pulled the trident out. That is something. Is it a triple fork, or what are we looking at here, boys?
A triple fork implies like
Wait.
six prongs, right? Because
Probably.
a fork is 2, and then 2 times 3 is
Isn't it?
6.
Wait, if you're talking about a fork in the road, isn't it at this point just a regular 4-way intersection? If there's 3 other ways you can go, you're coming from one of them, you could go straight left or right. It's a 4-way intersection.
I am just befuddled right now. What are you guys talking
Wait,
about?
No, okay. Quickly before the pick, hear me out. Why aren't sporks more popular? No, I'm serious.
Come
It is
on.
literally perfect. It is the perfect utensil. I apologize. There's 20 seconds left. It's
Lena.
Alina. We knew it.
Yeah,
so.
we knew it.
We knew it. Sorry, pardon the snort there.
I like
It was Jack.
I like the Lina because I was thinking about it's a split push killer.
Yeah.
Right,
that
and they are definitely a 5-man lineup.
Yeah.
They can't afford to be split up by Eternal Envy's Nature's Prophet.
Yep.
Have we seen Jackie play Furion before? Anybody? Test?
I've definitely seen it, not in the past year. I don't
Grant the stats man.
Coming in, I last saw it played at ESL New York 2015, which he didn't even play at, but he was playing a pub at the time that I was watching. I know I've seen
That
him
is
play
deep
it, but
into the bag here.
I haven't in a long while. It's going to be interesting.
So how do we like their chances? 50-50 or above?
On
and below?
this, the only thing I see is, does Freedom has to put somebody with Yawar unless they run it aggro, Earth Spirit AA Drow, because if Legion Silencer go up against like the Drow AA, that's another great lane for MSS. Like, you can't let MSS have a great start again. I just don't know if Freedom's really going to lane this. Where's Flea going to go? Is he going to roam middle? Is he going to go in a tri-lane? Is Stan can get a skill cold feed to level 1? I really hope not. I legitimately think that, like, that it's not game losing, but it can definitely be lane losing early. For me, it's
And wait, yeah,
strange.
what do these supports do versus the Legion Commander? I don't.
Exactly.
You can't just let Legion 1v1 against your Ranger, but you also can't really apply a whole lot of pressure.
You can, like, apply pressure, hope he uses cooldowns, and then maybe get a kill, but you can't do anything.
I mean,
super
he's
hard.
got that strong dispel that kind of just laughs in your face.
But
right?
isn't it? What's the? It's the same cooldown every level, right? Or no? Is it longer cooldown level 1?
It's shorter cooldown. Yeah,
The
it
more
scales
you
that
swing,
way.
the
Sure,
more
yeah,
you level
yeah.
You can gust into cold feet though.
Yeah.
With the frost arrow slow,
Yeah.
and he won't be able to get the W off.
That'll be interesting.
Something.
Here we go. Oh, pause comes
'cause
out by
it's-
snaking.
What? It's 3
Wait.
seconds, and cold feet takes what? 3.5.
Oh, internet, hold
Something?
on, not
Four
like
s-
this.
Oh, 4 seconds. Damn.
Not like this, internet.
Well, I think they could just keep Aoi there a little bit as well if they're worried at all
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, that's true.
So
They can definitely it is definitely a laning phase win, I believe, for NP. Looking at this game,
I would agree for the most part, as long as they bully these 3 ranged heroes with Drow Aura out of the lane. They can't, like, if these supports on NP do nothing, which I doubt. Pilot Eye is one of the amazing, like, laning supports.
oh, there's the smoke play to open things up.
And he's rolling in quick. Don't place the same ward the other team just placed. They got countered. He is, but he's going up and around this time.
so they won't run into each other right
Oh, wait, no.
away.
He needs. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was the exact same ward that NPD warded last game.
Yeah.
Versus DC. Yeah. Oh, and Stan King
That was real scary.
could have been a kill easily. Versus an AA with batteries sold.
Mean a clockwork.
He's got
Yeah.
boots as well, and so he's skittering around at 360 against a 290.
Oh, they got this ward down. Remember this one, Jack?
Oh,
The China mid ward?
yeah, that one is.
It's pretty sick.
All right, there we go.
Very
And
unlikely
pause.
to be countered. Still gives really good
Did
vision.
he have
of
to
the
chop a
mid lane.
tree for that or no?
We used usually this tree is chopped, so you can get all vision of this whole area. But obviously, if you see a tree chopped, right, then that kind of reveals the fact that that ward's there.
Yeah, very Chinese Dota here. You're pretty much expecting 2 wards on mid, one
Yep.
way or the other.
And we're gonna. Oh wait, is that sentry down? Wait, whose sentry
Oh, he's
is
got
that right
he
there?
has the sentry there. There is a radiant sentry. Are they
yes.
gonna see the
How
ward?
do they see that?
They
see it.
can
They
yeah,
can cut the-
get in here.
They
Oh,
just walk in.
whoop. Damn. If he actually.
Is he gonna get it?
Oh.
No.
Well, they have a sentry down. They actually need to get that ward pretty big here to help out CCNC. I'm excited to see his Lina. His Lina has gone beyond godlike like 4 times out of
Yeah, it's
4, I think.
insane.
It's been really good. And look at Snaking is going to try to bully him out. It's Pilot Eye versus Eternal Envy. Is he going to get this rune? He does. Wow. I can't believe they didn't pressure him at all.
Yeah, Silencer's a pretty annoying hero to lane against for Puck. And Nature's Prophet.
As
hits
is
pretty hard.
Furion. Like, you have no way to deal with treants very easily when they run at you.
He's going to have to do some. He's going to have to get that pole at least and disrupt Pilot Eye a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of why I think it's an NP laning phase win. Is I think this lane is in favor of NP, as is the bottom lane.
Yeah.
For MSS, and then it's just a question of whether or not the Team Freedom supports can get the kill on mid that could potentially win them the laning phase.
Comes Owie. Orb of Venom is up. Gonna harass him down a little. CCNC needs to be careful of that.
AUI with the cogs
Quite a bit of
first.
damage. He's actually just manning up on him even without a 1-point E for the Lina. And he does a lot of damage. Oh my goodness. That is Drow, I guess. They still haven't countered that ward, even though, like, Stan King knew that ward was going to get placed, but he hasn't de-warded it yet. So it's going to be, looks like dual lane mid, dual lane top from one team, and dual lane bottom from the other team.
That's sort of par for the course in all the games that we've seen so far.
MSS getting harassed a little bit. I mean, it's nice, right? Stan King actually hits for a little bit of damage because of the Drow aura.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is funny how this Drow aura does make a big difference in the traditional matchups.
Yeah, if it weren't for the treants, the Silencer would have a much harder time trading.
Oh, Roll's coming in middle again. Get a barely miss, but he gets an auto attack off the Orb of Venom damage, goes through their fraction, so it gets a little bit more damage on him. Not really anything, but CCNC is getting nice. CS 7-3 versus 5-4. Pretty close.
Dude, look at this. Snake King's just hiding out. He's trying to chase away from these treants constantly.
Oh,
he does
that
get
denied by the Furion, but he does get it. And now he can dodge some abilities. Bottom lane, MSS can definitely just run at Stan King if they're over on this side of the map, and he's not too scared about anything.
Can you not call the Furion? It's nature's prophet.
What?
It's nature's prophet.
No, relax, Jack.
Hey,
we were
Jack,
saying
there's no need to
Crixalis
yell,
earlier.
Jesus.
That's true. That's true. But Crixalis deserves the first name basis. I'm not sure if Furion does.
Are you serious? We're not getting into this.
Whoa! Nice hit with the side blades. That is a big one.
That is the courier going down. That is rough for the middle lane. Luckily, at least he gets his one and health potion out, but Gold Swing comes in favor of Dire because of it.
Flea gives him a little bit of relax. You're doing fine. Don't worry about it.
Then charge. He just runs into the tower and dies. Oh my, that was the crumble. Game's over, boys.
AUI with the wraparound. They do get the LSA. If he can actually get out of range of the cogs, that's huge, but it looks like CCNC is still going to be chased down. Can Fada get over those cogs? They're going to chase into the tier 1 tower, try and finish him off. Fada no longer having the fraction, isn't feeling comfortable with the tower dive, but AUI will claim it instead, gets the first blood.
Yep, and we see, I think MSS should know to be careful, right? Because if Flea's not helping him out middle right now, something should be strangely up. Like, why was there not an Earth Spirit helping him out middle? He has to know something's up somewhere else.
Well, I think he already knew anyways, because he has that side lane ward.
Yeah, true. Well, top lane. Eternal Enemy and Pilot Eye just pushing in a little bit. Okay, I thought he was going to miss that tonight. He gets it.
Still not level 3 on the puck. In comparison, MSS level 3.5.
Yep. And man, Tranquil's up now on the clockwork. He can zoom around the map and, I mean, easier kills on the Lina again with that move speed.
Yeah.
Oh, and he gets loaded up with the boots in the bottle.
He's not getting sniped at all. Oh, he's just going to bring it quicker. They already had Flying Courier.
Well, this is a little worrying for Freedom. In a lot of games that they've done well in, it's because Snaking. He has a good lane. He's able to pressure. Instead, he's the one getting pressured right now.
Yep. There it is. Just going to tell you, he's level 3 now in the Earth Spear, which is nice to get some levels, but he will find Invis Rune that could be very scary. And oh no, Eternal Envy. Oh. Just going to TB away. All
The
right.
value.
Damn.
I mean, that's more than 50 gold, right, for that bounty rune.
Yeah, and
so.
then just the experience, too.
Yeah.
And it takes it away from the puck.
Yep. Oh, in middle lane. Ow. Oh, the snipe out. Max range Dragon Slave. And, well, 1-1. We even ourselves up. That was actually right on the edge of it.
And that's huge because this gives Lina the experience advantage potentially.
And breathing room. I think just the biggest thing is breathing room here. And he sees the Invis Rune is in the TA's bottle, which is nice. He couldn't get a gank off with it yet. And
You've got so much kill potential on the Lina with the help of the Earth Spirit if you can get your level 6.
Yep.
I like the Quelling Blade here from Yawar as well to deal with the Sprout.
Yeah, you have to. I think you have to get that. And it's good. I mean, it's still good for last hitting, even if you are Drow. Gives you 12%, right?
7 damage now. 7%.
What? In what world?
In this
Yeah,
one,
7.0.
Oh, yikes.
we got a Smoke Ant wrapping around in the Radiant jungle right now.
Yep, coming out for Yawar. Yawar is pushed very far, but Stan King, he might be eating this gank.
He gets scanned and they know that he's just standing there trying to pull creeps. Are they
Yeah.
going to
Oh,
come at
but-
a good timing, though, with the creeps just there?
They still might go for the draw.
Oh, they can actually kill him. AUI is going to get the heal from Press the Attack, so they're just still going to jump onto Stan King here. He stands and delivers whatever damage he can. UR will TP back to the safety.
Fada died
of his
middle,
tier
by the
one.
way. Sorry. I didn't see it. I just saw that he died.
Oh, and that didn't even
big.
Looked
need
like a
Laguna.
roll from Francis Lee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is this big. This is literally just because they're on Radiant, right? Like Earthsphere is so much stronger coming from that Radiant, like right by the tower and those trees. Like they have that ward up, right? But he can still roll from the trees. You don't see him until he's already rolling. And now Flea is gonna get harassed down. This slow plus double damage. Oh my goodness, he's getting chunked. Be careful, Pilot. I don't think you want to walk into an LSA here, though. He doesn't. Laguna is now up, so even more kill potential from CCNC. Poor Stan King. This is where the hard position PPD5
He's got no
comes.
boots.
And this is going to be another kill.
Oh,
Actually,
nice
Yuar
gust
needs
there.
to run, I think.
Is
They're
he
going to try
able
and chase.
to-
Yeah, Yuar's actually. AUI immediately sees the opportunity to kill the big core,
They're gonna get
gets
both.
him, while MSS chases down the other. They get -2 intelligence on both of them, too.
That's really good play by NP and a kind of a poor play from Freedom. They had to know something was still up. Like they didn't see him rotate out after that initial gank. And now this tower's
Aoi
gonna
has
take-
been so impressive throughout this tournament.
Yeah, yes. I mean, that is a TI winner, Jack. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of
well,
TI winners, though. Not all
yeah.
of them still so good.
True.
That's a very good point.
Jesus. I would say name names, but I wouldn't want you to. We are watching. Oh, CCNC with the hidden TP?
It's Charlie that would ask me to name names.
Yeah, I would never do that.
So Mojo's got his duel up now, so that's going to make things a little bit even more scary as well.
Did he maybe...
Is that a double smoke? No, it wasn't.
No, I don't think so.
How do they know
Just seeing
CCNC
things.
went bottom? I don't know if a ward's bought him out, but that's a little rough. He gets level 7 at least now, but... Interesting.
They want to stop their safe lane from getting run at.
Yeah. And Eternal Envy's been free farming this whole time, but he's 41-22. No TPs that except to steal runes. Hasn't really helped with ganks. He hasn't needed to, I guess. But I'm really surprised he hasn't maybe like helped a middle or something. Uh-oh, and here we go. MSS gonna get spotted out. That kick, Laguna, easy kill, CCNC killing spree. Nice kill on MSS. And there we go. We see it. CCNC gets an early start, gets some kills. He's doing decent in farm, 8 below.
You know, I've noticed that a couple times that Team Freedom, they stay longer.
Yeah.
It's like when they make this rotation, they stick around because even if you know
Oh,
that the
nice.
rotation happened, you don't expect them to stay there for 15 seconds.
Yep.
And
Oh.
it actually still works for them oftentimes because of that.
Yep, that was, I don't know. Snaking denies the bounty rune from the middle TA, so denies him that and the bottle refill. Cheeky little bugger. He's level 6 now on the puck as well, so both teams are getting their levels up. I mean, Stan King's the only one I can really see that is having a terrible game, which is, I mean, par for the course for him. But as an AA, like, ooh, you need at least something.
You want levels.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest part. So at least you can contribute to ganks.
Yep.
Like right now, he literally does not do it.
He
Almost
gives an
a-
E.
yeah.
He gives an E, and they do damage, and that's about all he's giving right now.
Yeah, and he can only stay in that one lane.
Yeah.
Can't move anywhere
Uh-oh.
else.
And Quelling Blade, yep, there it is. And that's what we were talking about. He has that Quelling Blade, and that's the first rotation. Pilot Die goes down actually to a Flea gank again, man. Flea on point with these rotations.
Yeah, as soon as Eternal Envy leaves, it looks like they pounced around the same time.
So good. Aoi and Flea are actually making so much space for like their team. The problem is one team is going to lose. So one space doesn't matter.
That is how the cookie crumbles, Greg.
Indeed. That is how the Shark Tornadoes. Sharknado is a great movie, by the way. I've never seen it, though. Pilot I get to harass Flea out of this lane. I love being a silencer support when you actually get early boots. You actually do so much.
Yeah, I like the Nature's Prophet can contribute with the ultimate as well. If there is a gank somewhere that MSS sets up. And
Yeah.
obviously, you know, this hero can pressure the lanes and take your towers as well if you're not there or fighting elsewhere. So
You get the
I like the
stack.
presence that the hero provides.
Oh,
but it's,
Eternal Envy is going to...
Did he
No.
block it?
No, the little dragon didn't even get pulled. That was odd.
took a lot of damage from that. They really went to town on him.
Just ran into it. Hello. Oh, and Vizrune. Fada's going to pick it up again.
Again, it's NP doing the same sort of thing. They always have a hero to be able to take advantage of stack efficiency.
Always. And I mean, stacking kind of fell off for a little bit, but I mean, it's always going to be good. It's just free golden experience where you're not really on the map from here. And here we go. Roland barely misses, but he does get the stun out. Will CC be able to get it? He doesn't need to. Nice play. Not even trying for the LSA, just Dragon Slave Laguna.
And he's again going for the faster Yule Scepter.
Yeah, I like it. With the phase boots too.
Bloodstone afterwards.
Yeah. And remember when we were just seeing brown boots into, I mean, it's like arcane boots into Bloodstone. I really like the phase boots into Yules. Way more pressure on the map, way more damage.
Yeah.
There's a key difference this game. We've seen Jackie on a lot of these kind of very meaty cores, whether it's Bristle or Medusa. Those are like the signature ones. But again, like in terms of Nature's Prophet, in terms of a hero that's a little bit more cautious about going in or positioning, we haven't really seen him play something like this for a while, so I'm not sure if there's an adjustment to be made there, or if we'll see him perform a little bit differently on this.
Yeah, the true legends of carries have been able to make the change, right, from being able to play the late game carry.
Oh, Roland comes again. Pilot Eyes getting stunned. This time the LSA will be easier to hit. Will be a kill. CCNC, nice. And oh, the one-man overwhelming odds. And oh, he dies. Is that all 6 kills on Lena? No, he only has 5, right?
Yeah, 5.
Still, he's getting nice kills. Almost has a Yule's up. Pardon me, drinking some water.
Got the
There's
double silence
Snaking who picked up
into
that
the,
top kill against Pilot Eye.
Dude, they have a
double
lot of
silence
silence.
is the teleportation as well, so not that that would matter now, but potentially if you're when escaping, there's a fairly easy way to deal with that too.
Yep. Snaking treads level 9. We were talking about that, right? He was level 2 for a long time, and now he's just level 9.5.
Yeah, he got the safe lane to farm for himself after they took that tower. And it really just comes from all these rotations from CCNC and Flea.
And look at Purple's pinging out. No one's there. Eternal Envy's to the back right, not to the back left, but Smoke Gang with CCNC.
I gotta say, like, Freedom has really shown a really good understanding of the power peaks of their heroes, when they should be doing things, when they should be creating space for the other heroes on their team.
Yep. Sorry, kind of gassed there because they know someone's farming Ancients because CCNC actually leveled from an Ancient dying. And they're kind of fighting. Oh, Pilot Eye could have been in a little bit of trouble. That Arcane Curse is going to slow him down quite a bit. The hook shot comes in. I think you just leave him to die at this point. It's going to be real rough for him to get out. He's going to get dueled, and he is going to go down. Yep.
Snaking actually sticking around may have just cost him his life.
He's silenced. He couldn't jaunt to his orb.
He needs to be careful, though. The TBN, he's actually at the bottom of the
what a
hill.
kick.
Nice stun by that. And he has his ultimate up, actually. They go in. Francis Lee. They're going to be able to bring down MSS as well. But here comes Fada. He has that new blink. Goes forward, gets Stan King, gets Snake King. And now, actually, Francis Lee is in trouble. He is more than likely going to go down a triple kill. But that was a nice play. Yawar not being there, maybe...
I don't know that
what would he have
would've-
done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gust.
He's got the DD. Maybe the Gust keeps one more person alive at most.
I mean, I think Fada makes that call, right? He's just like, go, go, go. It doesn't matter. If they turn on you, I have Blink Dagger, I have double damage. Like, there's no way they can win a fight.
You lost 4 heroes there, but at least the 2 heroes you got for Freedom were the Furion as well as the Legion, right? So he doesn't have that blink, and it's going to go back. Obviously, it's still a definite one fight, but could have been worse for Freedom.
Yeah, they did manage to get the tower. Snaking got some, or not Snaking, but
Oh, is he
Yawar
going
got
to go
some.
for this? Does he have
He
a
has a
coil? Does
coil.
not. Maybe 2 more auto attacks would have been enough. Unfortunately, it's none. Man, Arcane Curse. That is quite the ability. Slows, keeps reprocking, makes its own team fights. You actually have to watch out if it's on you all times. And Drow, when do you think Drow should get involved with pushing towers and all that? After the Dragonlance?
I think you have to have your full
After the
Hurricane Pike, yeah.
Oh. And Snake King dies bottom. Must have just been a... Maybe a last word. It had to be last word.
Yeah.
And that's big. So this Fada is only 1 Mithril Hammer away from a death zone now as well.
And on our scalability watch, we've got Pi with 12 stolen intelligence.
And you are, oh, he gets the Force Staff. Might get him out of giving damage, at least it is. Rock comes up. He's going to press the attack, going to try to cut him off here. Unfortunately, no one's even near him. Man, he is tanky, though. But he goes down, and 2 bad pickups for Freedom and 2 really good pickups for NP, 2 of the highest farmed cores.
Yeah, Mojo's only got 10 dual damage so far, but another nice duel there. As Jackie's got the drums up, looks like he's going for
Oh,
that
and a
Midas
gank.
Blast.
Nicely done. Stan King snipes it. CCNC around for another kill. That's a level 2 Laguna. So, Man, both these teams actually have such crisp rotations.
Yeah, I think that's Team Free. Like, Team Freedom really stood out because they understand not just the power peaks, right, but they also understand like what the enemy team wants to do or how to catch them out.
Yep, for bottom, Francis Lee actually gets him going.
Oh,
he
he got
gets
the
the
kick.
stun up,
Nice
and that is going to be a double kill. Looks like Aoi goes down, and now Bada's going to go down as well to Snake King. And that's a global committed to not saving a hero and 2 kills.
Francis Lee, the god.
Dude, Francis Lee is actually
He's got Eternal Envy.
he's
He doesn't have a lot of mana,
He doesn't
though.
have Laguna Blade.
I don't think he can kill him. No, but pressures him off. Of course, he TPs away, but I mean he has his other teleport up. But still, it makes CC&C can farm. 2 heroes are dead, and that guy just TP'd back home.
Yeah, and if you down his Earth Spirit again, he's doing all of this with an urn and a magic wand.
Yep. I mean, this guy's he literally won a 100-minute game solo as a 4-position Earth Spirit. I want to go back. I'm gonna look it up later for sure. This guy's good. And, well, Eternal Envy still farming. So looking at the late game, if we do Drow good, but we always talk about how good Lina actually is in the late game. How does she compare? I mean, TA is gonna get farm, is gonna get 6 slotted, but is not the best total carry. Stat attributes, like ability-wise, not the best late gamer really.
I remember talking to CC&C about Templar Assassin,
Yeah.
and he says like this hero's changed. Like, you're way more farmy than you used to be.
Yeah.
Like this hero just farms and farms and farms and farms and farms. Like you want to get your full Desolator, you want your BKB, the Blink Dagger,
Yeah.
and you're gonna get it very quickly too. So you don't try and like horn this hero into fighting too much. Like you just gotta accept that this hero's kind of be AFK, and you just gotta protect the zones of farming. You've got to protect this off lane jungle area with the ancients. You want to make sure that you don't lose your mid tower and keep control of this ancient stack as well. And you just kind of accept the fact that this hero is not going to give you as much impact as it used to, but it'll carry harder in the mid and going into the late game as well.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way to look at it. He's got pretty good Roche potential as well, and
Yeah,
on the
absolutely.
Dire again having those like more efficient camps they can take advantage of. That's helped out quite a bit this game.
Is that a DD or clarity on the TA? Sorry, the blue glow always
I think
gets
it was
me.
a clarity.
Okay, is it just me?
They've made a
Sometimes it
habit
looks
of
the same,
casually carrying
yeah,
clarity as
all
well.
mids carry clarities now. Always just farming.
Yeah, we a little bit surprised CC&C didn't have one, considering he had it like 50 minutes in, he had a clarity still in his backpack.
Yeah, he had 2 of them. I remember that. And look, we still have not seen anything out of this Drow. That's not a bad thing, right? You want your Drow to get some farm.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's bad at all.
Yes.
He's not going to contribute too much to team fights.
Yeah, and he
in
has
this
the
moment.
Hurricane. Nice. Going BKB next. That's smart. Just you do so much damage with marksmanship as well as your aura. Just get BKB. It gives you damage with that Mithril Hammer as well. Survivability. Finally picks up his death on Fada. If he was going to have it really, really quick, that gank bottom saved Team Freedom from a lot of pressure of NP.
I think you've got to be really worried about the global silence if you're Freedom, because all of your cores and all of your heroes are not very durable for the most part, with the exception of Earth Spirit. For Lina, obviously, like there's the Yules, but if you use it and you put yourself in a compromised position, that's not really going to help too much.
Yeah.
So both in terms of backing up the initiation with the global and just the lack of durability of their heroes, they'll be run at, they'll be able to be brought down without their escapes. I think it's something to really watch out for. Like I think that's going to be a very high value use there for NP.
And Dire's
Nice.
using a scan. Not going to
Oh,
see
never mind.
anyone.
I thought that was a Radiant scan for a minute.
Oh, but this big Centaur might be the death of CC&C. They have the ward on. Oh, and he's going to run right uphill into him. The hook actually misses. Has a Yules. Doesn't want to use it quite yet. Oh, does he not have the Yules?
He used it on the Templar
used it.
He
Assassin.
did. Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, it's not like he's going
I'm
to live
sleeping.
if he
Yeah,
heals
he's not
himself.
leaving. And that's a good smoke gank, and now they can push bottom. NP damage plus MS. I mean, just all 5 of their heroes are down bottom now, so. Hey, ult's going to fly out and hit the creeps. Gets one of them.
Freedom doing the smart thing and just trying to trade top. Can't fight without your Lina.
And they can't really give, like, they can never really go to that bottom lane, right? Because it just gives up Roshan control against a Templar Assassin with Desolator. So it's like they can't even go for this tier 1 with a Drow Ranger. If they had a more successful laning phase, then Drow Ranger naturally takes that off-lane tower, right? But it's just the fact that this Legion Commander was always able to stand up to that lane.
And almost a Yules for Puck full, which will be nice again. I mean, he always gets it, but especially versus Global Silence.
MSS is spending a lot of his time off map in the trees trying to get that catch on one of these heroes.
And look at Snaking. He's going to be almost level 14. He has definitely recovered one of the higher levels.
Yeah, as a result of MSS just trying to find that pick off, his farm has suffered.
And we actually haven't seen, besides last game, I mean, MSS is definitely, he just doesn't really get farm, which necessarily, again, isn't a bad thing, but, I mean, you need some items. You want to be KB, obviously, some point, and a Blade Drill.
Yeah, but it is hard for him this game. You have a Nature's Prophet pushing out the waves, and then TA is occupying your jungle. There's not a lot of space for him.
Hand of Midas for Silencer, obviously, needs to catch up in that farm. No Hand of Midases, I don't think, being picked up. I mean, Stan King might want to, but he plays the hardest of 5, so unless they like win a fight and take a lot of buildings, it's going to be a long time coming.
Yeah, it's going to be Stan King, the one to get the Midas, if it's ever picked up by anybody.
This game feels like it's kind of degenerated towards a pace that MP wants to play. It's been slow. They've been able to play around their ultis. Not a lot of chaos, and I feel like it's pretty good for them to have a structured game like this.
Oh, the duel even with the
He didn't have the mana for Orb, too.
That's a rough one for Snaking. They know about 3 heroes are top. What do they want to get out of this?
Maybe that bottom tier 1.
Yeah, that would be a big one. They don't know how many TPs were actually committed down bottom, but they can assume a couple were. Up top, sorry.
And they might just... Oh, no, there's a TP down by the Nature's Prophet. You're going to defend that tower.
And, well, Stanking actually getting level 10, that 60 gold per minute is very useful for a player like him, even if it's not as much as a lot of people think. And look, he went the max cold feet instead of Ice Vortex. Doesn't really matter that much.
I think Ice Vortex has gotten some buffs.
Yeah.
Like now you can use it,
It's
but
always really good.
I think on this team, like you've got the clear setup, right?
Yeah.
Lina, Eul Scepter, you lay down that, it actually does translate into a lot of extra magic damage.
Yep.
Most of the time you look at it and it's like, okay, but are heroes really standing on it when they get hit by magic damage? But this is an obvious setup.
And there we see it. They're actually all sitting middle except for 2 bottom. He's actually going to miss that. They're both going to miss stuns. Global's going to come out. Will they have enough? They're actually just running immediately away. They might not have had to. They thought a lot of heroes were coming, but one's coming, and it's a big hook. Flea is going to be in a little bit of trouble, and by a little, I mean a lot. And
Where
that's
was the
gonna be a
ice?
duel
Oh,
win.
I guess it.
He was globaled.
Yeah, but shouldn't they
Have set it up
he have
earlier,
already
you
set it
think?
up? Yeah. If anything, he should have missed activating the Ice Blast because
Right.
of Global.
Yeah, so a little
Maybe
bit
he
of a
thought he
mistake
could
there.
have gotten it himself, gotten them on their own. I mean, if the LSA and the kick didn't miss,
Yeah.
would have gotten it.
Or even if they just committed to the right clicks, you know.
Flea, actually, he's missed quite a few rolls. He always gets to stun after, but hitting that roll is...
It's not an easy spell to hit.
It's not an easy spell to hit.
It's not
you
a
need- you
spell
need to
that
hit it in
is
a game.
entirely up to you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like the enemy can move and it's not your fault.
True, but you definitely want to be hitting
Whoa,
those.
what?
And a coil comes out. This TA is going to be taking a ton of damage. Just silence. Uh-oh, A blast a little bit late. Get hit inside the base. Are they going to actually chase us? They need to be careful. NP can always TP. MSS is here. Snake King almost gets blown up. Unfortunately, the BKB gets popped. Maybe they didn't. I mean, they had to know he had it. Oh, Snake King gets put away. Shadow Amulet play was coming out from Francis, but they couldn't do it.
Well,
Another
that
kill.
is a BKB charge down,
It is.
but definitely worth it for
Snake
NP
King,
on
yeah.
this play, yeah.
Because he's actually very farmed, so they get a ton of gold from that. And like you said, Fada gets his farm on the map, and now he's pushing forward. Jack, what is Freedom? What do you think Freedom needs to do here to kind of get back into this game?
Well, it looks like they're potentially trying to sneak a Roshan.
With
I think
That
in
would pop.
between in between globals, they probably need to pick some fights and try to restrict some of these map control. Maybe punish Nature's Prophet when he's out of position, which is it looked like what they wanted to do bottom. I actually like the discipline there to retreat right after the global for CC&C, just because like even if you get that kill, you end up losing both of those. It's maybe not worth it.
Yeah.
But it feels like in between they need to be more active because right now they're being out-farmed and out-leveled pretty badly. Like Fada is having himself a pretty damn good game after those early kills.
Yeah. Bloodstone here will be picked up by CC&C. 25 minutes later than he has been getting it, even with that phase in Ewell's, but It's nice to have now if they can get maybe a smoke gang pick off on 1 or 2.
Speaking of
Middle
smokes,
tower.
they're about to go mid.
He is going to drop, and that is a dual win. Number 3 or 4 has quite a few.
They're going on, trying to go on.
Yep, top lane. Will they be able to get him? Oh, the Yules is not silenced, and that should be a kill on EE. It is. It's a nice counter kill. That's the first charge, and now Blast's gonna come in. Oh, nice. He knew it was flying in, dodged it, and now Hook's gonna come through, gonna push Yawar back. He's in a lot of trouble. He's just dead. Wow. And that is not the first fight you want Yawar to show up to, where he just dies after a tower is already gone.
I'm really surprised that they thought they could take that. Even if they did hit the Ice Blast with the Gust on Fada, it doesn't matter. He has BKB.
Yeah. That was an interesting take, especially because they knew CCNC was top. And maybe even EE could have bought back, TP'd. It was a very scary fight to take for Freedom.
Feels like there's a lot of pressure on CCNC this game. Like, it feels like he has to
yeah.
do so many things. He's got to get pickoffs. He's got to avoid dying. He needs to scale into the late game.
Yep. We'll see if he's up to the task, Jack. You think he is?
I have some faith in Quinn Callahan, but it's going to be a tough game here.
Yep, absolutely.
He needs a lot of help from snaking this game to help him create space. Yep. And he is getting farm, but unfortunately, like, this is also a puck that's fighting into a Legion Commander and a Silencer. And now Nature's Prophet has a Orchid himself. There's only so many things you can dodge with Yules.
Yeah.
And this is a Drone Ranger lineup that isn't taking control of the game. That's probably the worst sign of all, because that is their primary carry is the Lina, but you pick this Drone Ranger for a purpose, and it's not being actually utilized. It's not actually being.
Yeah, it feels like they picked the Dro just to enable lanes rather than to push towers.
We see that the TA picked up a Diffusal Blade. That's a lot of damage in a slow, right? You just, if you somehow catch that puck out and he's trying to just run away after Yules or anything, I mean, it's just a lot of damage.
I think versus the Yule Scepters, it's so important.
Yeah, it is. You have to get it.
You can't afford to lose that 2.5 seconds of your BKB timing just waiting for a hero.
I like the item choice. You usually get Shadow Blade on Lina. Sometimes you might get it a little later, but he's getting the Shadow Blade now, so he can possibly get those solo kills with the AA on his side as well, instead of having to, like, you don't have to use the Yules to get a pick off now. You can just Light Strike out of Shadow Blade. It's nice. Where does Yawar just needs to find farm somewhere now? If they're not going to push towers, he needs to be far in the map. Like right now, it's just a consistent slide of net worth lead from the Dire side.
NP has been very good about not showing any of their heroes solo, which would obviously lead into this Ancient Apparition Lina combination or the puck.
Ooh, and actually, look at this. He's going to get some of that sweet, sweet unhealable damage. That's actually a lot. This T does so much damage. But he's going to get stunned up, press the attack out of there. Here comes the boulder. Whoa. Doesn't hit anything. And now, uh-oh. Eternal Envy, nice. Orchid sees him, get a Yule into the air. Does he have anything? I don't believe he has Blink Up. It was already used.
There's the global
Orb
as
won't
well.
be here, and yeah, he's dead. Nice gank there, and we see the as it's called, the Tinker Ward from Dire side up there, scouting him out the whole time.
So in this window, I feel like they've got to do something, right? That's 2 minutes without global. Puck will be alive. They need to either take a fight or take Roche. They need to do something in the midst. Otherwise, it's just one cooldown at a time. They're just getting picked apart piece by NP. So
they're going to get a second hero kill with this ward. It's going to be so value if they do.
Yep. Uh-oh, Pilot Eye, though. He's just going to go for it. He's going to throw the Gust out. He has the Frost Arrows. He's going to get... Oh, no, he actually pushed him out of vision, and now the hook comes in. And... whoa, he's trying to still get him. He can't. Ern's going to come up in another misplay, maybe. I mean, feeling the pressure of... I mean, we win this, we go to TI. He feels a little pressure to make that. And
I think in no situation is that... And even if you did get that Silencer kill, you're still... The risk compared to the reward of getting a Silencer, like, it's just nowhere close.
yeah, and he's lucky MSS wasn't there to pick up the dual damage from that as well.
Yeah.
So.
Whoa. CCNC is level 20 now.
I think he's got the right idea, though. I think, like, just between these globals, they need to make stuff happen, but they need to all do that, not be farming neutrals in the meantime or anything like that. Like, they haven't really leverage their own cooldowns that well. Like, I haven't seen an Earth Spirit ult used as part
But
of
how
the
do they
fight.
do that versus TA, who has been split pushing, can like take their base solo, right? Like if you smoke gank, it might be obvious when the lanes are pushed in.
It's also hard to do that with all these traps all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, if all of a sudden you don't see 2 cores off the map, or on the map, it's MP is just going to group as 5.
Snake King almost farmed up 1K for a Lincoln's, and he's just farming. Like this puck is just farming. I don't believe it's the right play, but what else is he going to do at this point? You might as well get farmed. They want to get pickoffs, but it's so hard to find him. We saw Yawar goes for a pickoff on Pilot Eye, and just 3 heroes instantly on him.
Yeah, I mean, if you to understand the position that Freedom is in right now, it's like you're behind. Fights are supposed to be hard to take.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be hard to find. Like,
And he actually doesn't go Shadow Blade, sorry. Goes Force Staff.
yeah, you're against a Clockwork.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Hurricane Pike, obviously, extremely good as well with that range. He has quite a bit of range since he took the Talon as well.
I think if they were actually ahead, the Shadow Blade would have a lot more value because they're controlling the map and constricting it against NP and then punishing the push-outs that happen. But here in this game, it's Team Freedom who are going to be forced into an eventual team fight.
Yep. And here we go. See, they're just roaming as 3. Nothing crazy. He TPs the place award, and he's back out again.
I think that's one of my favorite things about NP. Again, it's kind of like that nerdy aspect of like, why wouldn't you do something that's efficient like that? You know?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just teleport and take that bounty rune?
Oh, and they know that AA Blast was just committed. This is going to be a very free Roshan now. I think it was going to be free either way, but there we go. Fada takes it. They can definitely just frontline and do a ton of damage to these tier 3s if they want.
Watching the Boa Constrictor in action once again. The squeeze
Your
is
smile is so big.
This NP is, I mean, we've looked at the graphs every time. It's not a crazy downswing, but it just slowly but surely keeps going in their favor.
You know, it's just like a bunch of red dots at the bottom because if Freedom feels like they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the TA traps, you know, just all over, again, just dotting the map, all the key pathways, generally focused on in the middle of the map, all the entryways into the jungle, even the lanes. There's just one everywhere.
Yep.
It's so hard to make something happen.
I think they need a gem for Flea just to clear those out, but we'll see if they try to pick one up and
It's
get
risky
control.
picking one
Yeah,
up.
it is.
Yeah. And like I think, you know, this is one of those things about like one of the reasons vision is so important here. Maybe they're regretting the Earth Spirit pick. Maybe a Night Stalker would have done more in this position.
Yeah, would have given him a lot more vision. And now we're going to see a smoke gank coming from MSS as well as Owie. Pretty much unseen. Fada will be here in the mid lane. We'll see what happens. Yawar needs to be very careful. Luckily, he has that Shadow Blade. Puck still bottom. Snake King is finding a ton of farm, going for an Ags next. I think he's doing the best with what he can. He's keeping lanes pushed out so they can't really pressure with the Nature's Prophet, but everyone else is falling behind at the expense of that.
Yeah, honestly, I could see Freedom like actually being able to contest NP late game pretty well.
Yeah.
If they were
need to.
actually at least equal net worth, if not actually ahead. But that's simply not going to be the case ever.
Yeah, 10K, a little over 10K right now, net worth lead for NP.
They need some, I wouldn't say miracle fight, but
They need one at least really good fight to get him control the map, I think.
yeah, at least be able to get out, get some map control, get some vision.
Yeah. Oh, well, at least they're going to get 2 trap kills here, maybe.
Oh,
Did he just hook Creep
Yeah.
in front of him? All right. Classic Owie. And doesn't even pop the trap for him. Okay. Well, Eternal Envy doing the same thing. TPs, lays down a ward, and he's out of there. CCNC just split pushing the map pretty hard. Almost level 22 now. Going for a Shiva's.
Yeah, it needs that armor against the TA and the Legion.
Yep, uh-oh. Possibly a kill coming in. He's going to roll away as Stand King. Oh, Glimmer Cape going to try to TP. Duel will happen, and wow, he dies in 1 hit from each hero. You are Shadowblade TP. Top lane, though. CCNC takes the tower and gets out of there.
Dude, Snake King is working desperation mode to keep this mid lane
Yeah.
pushed out and not actually letting NP get on top of the
Last
tower.
word hits. Orchid is there as well. Oh, this is going to be rough.
Oh, Snake, get out of there.
He's got to Yule's MSS and somehow get a blink away.
I don't believe that is going to happen for a good boy. And we
Oh,
have an
the
Atos
Atos.
on silencer, I assume.
Yeah.
Yep. Wait. Yeah. Sorry,
Yep.
my eyes. My eyes deceive me. And 2 quick pickoffs for NP. One of them being dual damage. The other being a very farmed core. CCNC gets top tower, but once again, 2 kills for 1 tower.
We're going to have a Daedalus soon on Fada. He's already got the Crystallis in the recipe. He has the money to be able to buy the Demonage.
And, you know, MP's just they're just playing their game. They're not even worrying about TI is right there. Oh, they're going to go in for that kill. Can he Yules him up? Oh, no, a little bit of miscommunication there. That could be curtains for him. They're going to try to get this TA. Hook comes in. Gus comes out. They're going to duel, and that's going to be a kill. Yeah, I think a lack of communication right there. And those, oh my goodness, the cleave from TA in the backline. Stanking almost dies from just that. Yawar does go down. Buyback coming from the Lina has to. The Drow might as well, but
That was a
he's
buyback
fine.
on Bloodstone charges too.
Yeah.
That is
The worst feeling.
yeah, this is the worst feeling. I think Freedom are really beginning to tilt out here.
Yep. Man, this, you know, they're not thinking about it yet, but after this happens, they're going to be thinking about, man, we lost to Team Red. If we didn't, we already beat NP once. It's a 1-1 series, but they're going to TI and we're not.
Well, I mean, don't count Freedom out yet. Even if they lose this series, they do
go
have
to
the
the brackets.
playoff bracket.
Yep. And there's going to be room. Right now, the Tiebreakers. Uh-oh, actually, they're going in. Pilot eye. They're going to put a coil on him. Here comes the A blast. I mean, they don't even have enough damage to bring him down. Maybe CCNC does. Laguna comes out. Coil, or, yeah, the Clockwork's actually going to push him back. And is there another duel up? Doesn't look like they're trying to bring down this Legion. Fought on the backside, kill Stan King. And they are going to at least pick up MSS. Can Lina get away is the biggest question, though. Oh, wow, I'm surprised Eternal Envy actually took that TP and didn't cancel it. And they are going to shrine up. He's going to run away. Trap is going to block. Whoa, okay. Eternal Envy kind of blocking him. Tried to get vision uphill.
Goal. 1,000 damage crit at the end.
What was Snake King doing there?
He was running
pushing the
away.
wave, was he?
Yeah, I think he was getting chased, and then he tried to make an efficiency play to cut the wave as well.
Interesting. The efficiency play might be costing them a Rax here. He has a buyback, though, and he might have to use it, but that is a lot of gold committed.
At least AUI, or excuse me, CCNC manages to see the ward before he stumbled into
Yeah.
the 2 heroes that would have turned on him pretty quick.
And look at that. Assault Kyros up on Eternal Envy. The team build here.
At this point in time, all you have to do, like, this Lina can only output so much magic damage.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's only one hero you're going to be able to pop a Laguna Blade and this Ice Blast.
Yep.
So everyone else just needs to stand up against the physical damage, because that really is the only hero that you're worried about in some of these longer duration fights. Like, you have this burst damage from Puck, Lina, and Ancient Apparition, but after that, like, these heroes are too big, right? You
Yeah.
can't just magic burst all of them down.
Yeah,
So
the question, I think, ultimately for Freedom is how do they deal with Fada here? I think by them, like, they sort of have an answer for the other heroes between Yule's burst damage, but
Yep.
Fada, you have to burn through his refraction charges, but he has a BKB, and he has insane amounts of damage right now. My God.
Yep. He has that double damage as well, but even without that, he is pretty much, I don't want to say he's mid-game 6 slotted right now. Obviously, Blink Diffusal might get swapped out a little bit later, Bloodthorns and whatnot, but he is very farmed for the 40-minute mark.
and he's got the level 25.
We saw a Maelstrom come out from CCNC, and they realized he's like, I got to start going. I just got to get damage right now. I can't go for that Shivas. I just need creep clearing mechanism. I need more single target damage now.
The Aghanims is also a really important upgrade to be able to make sure they can control the Templar Assassin from some aspect, because they just need to kite him around.
Here we go. Get a siege, just tower down a little. 1 hit. They'll take it. Overrolling odds. Try to clear up the creep wave. The thing about MP is just playing this so perfectly. Like, it looked like Freedom in the early game, good rotations, but NP is just on point with every single move they make.
Yeah, again, they just seem to understand the combination of being able to play defensive and having the scaling and understanding how to get the most out of their side of the map.
Yeah.
They also really make sure that they never lose any of their early towers. I think that's one of the cool things that Legion Commander as an offlaner gives them, is the fact that it is one of those heroes that is very tough to take towers against.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing very focused and disciplined right now. Like the MP is a team that really wants this revenge match.
Yeah.
I was talking to CCNC after their after MP's earlier loss to them,
Yeah.
and he's like, you know, MV messaged me after the match and had some salty words.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nothing too serious, nothing too juicy, but you know, he could tell that, you know, MV was very upset about that loss to them. Feels like they shouldn't have lost, and you know, this is their chance to prove that NP is the better team.
Yeah, and they went with I mean, the win Freedom had against MP last time was a completely different draft, right? You had the Juggernaut AM, that full damage, and they went with the Drow draft, which is completely far away from everything else. Uh-oh.
He's just getting the Aghanim Scepter, too.
Wow.
That would have been a costly death.
That would have been
You know
most costly.
What was cool about that was it was the short blink, right?
Yeah.
He didn't do the full blink out into this area where
Sprout might
Eternal
have seen
Envy.
him.
Yeah.
He couldn't have really stopped the TP, though, right?
That's true. I don't know how close AEY was to getting.
He's probably
he
close
already
enough for a
used
hook,
it.
I think.
I like the core members of MP and how there's this attitude they had, because I remember they were here for like after reforming, after the last summit, and at the time, you know, like Wings was still a thing, and they were like, hey, we love playing them because of all the ideas and stuff, and at the time they still had Thebin and SVG, and they'd be like, yeah, after every game, like they spend sometimes like 3 hours going through ideas, talking about stuff. Not always productive, doesn't always lead somewhere, but like in terms of understanding the game or trying to figure out every little detail, they're very attentive when it comes to that. And they've played a number of international tournaments lately, obviously with Manila Masters, obviously with Zotac and the Summit. Just getting a lot of exposure to this kind of stuff, especially with this patch. I think that's begun to reflect in their playstyle and their identity, kind of.
Yep. Still, man, Snaky. This is like very slow-paced game, and Snake King's actually gonna like farm a level 25 before the game ends, and he hasn't really done anything per se.
Look at Pai's itemization. I mean, he's got an Atos and a Dragon Lance to go with his Midas, so he's like already felt, you know, that he can safely kind of transition to start doing this right-click damage. AUI is enormous as well. He's got a Solar Crest Pipe and a Force Staff, so there's no real bursting him down.
What do you think about CC's decision to move away from his Shivas that he was originally looking at with this plate mail? Didn't get he got the Maelstrom Force Staff, and now he's going for AC instead.
They need the damage.
It's almost
the
like he's
armor's
getting
good.
prepared to defend the base, right?
Yeah.
I'm completely fine with it. Like, he realizes that a lot of the burden is on him. Yawar can get bursted down pretty easily and controlled during a fight. You know, he's got to take up the mantle of.
Look at the net worth of the supports. Like, those 2 supports on Radiant add up to 1 support on Dire. Almost. Like 1,000 less. That is rough. Francis Lee has a Glimmer Cape? They both do,
They
I
both
think?
have Glimmers.
Which
He
is
has
good.
the Force.
And Force Staff, but here we go. Whoa. What was that glyph for? Oh, top lane. I was like, they weren't even in the base yet. Eternal Envy sieging it down right now. And they have to put Stand King up there, and he doesn't clear him out really quick. Oh, Hook comes in, and he's going to cogs him backwards. Global flies, Yules happens, and right now MSS can't do anything. They're going to have to back out. And, well, a good start to the fight right there for Freedom, actually. Okay.
Snake King didn't even have to TP back for that, too, so he can kind of try and keep the pressure up at this top lane.
Was that a BKB use as well?
Yeah, it was.
All right, all right.
They still
Wait, who
pushing.
used their BKB? Thought so.
Might have been MSS, I think. It was MSS for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
We're seeing it. Uh-oh, and he still wants to jump in, though. Got to be careful. How did, what happened? Why didn't Owie get the cogs off? I know he got hit by something.
He got Force Staff. Oh, was it a kick?
It might have been a boulder, yeah, because if he got that off, he would have pushed Quinn back, and even with that Yules, he would have been super out of position. Just taking a ton of damage here.
You got duel up top between Envy and the King.
Cute plays, but oh, Boulder barely get a tick to slow him down a little, and he's just going to cleave this wave down. I mean, obviously, they're slowly getting that damage onto the tower, but Snake King's having fun up here. Almost 25 now.
More net worth than you are.
Yep. And he's gonna get the 420 gold per minute. Get some, maybe some carry items up. He'll probably be the one who gets the Shivas now.
Well, he's going for the Dagon.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Burst damage. Need it.
With the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast, there is a great opportunity to take a big core kill instantly.
The important thing for Freedom is that they have to cut out these BKBs.
Yeah.
They just have to survive until those go down.
Yep. CCNC spotted out. There's a trap in the trees. The rocket hit him as well. He's kind of showing himself on the rocket on purpose. And look at into the base snaking goes. This is some 4v4 Dota. And I hear a BKB. Yeah, the duel actually comes out. They're doing a ton of damage. And Fada, oh my goodness.
And he
blows
got
him
to
up.
eat the
CCNC.
cheese too.
Kill off the cheese.
Might have had a chance to get that kill, but they can't. And now this is more than likely to be a Rax buyback from CCNC. Roll-in is going to happen.
And
He's
he's
gonna
pushing
toss out
top too,
Silence.
so even if they win this fight bottom, they're going to lose a setup here.
Yep. And there it is. Drow's trying to stop him, but a BKB used. Global is now used. Oh my goodness. Yule's going to fly out. Unfortunately, CCNC, look at him. He's nuking him down super hard, but that Solar Crest absorbing so much of the damage. Atos going to slow down CCNC. That Rock is going to stun him up, but like
UR
said,
came
top.
over. He
Yeah.
gave up that top lane in order to try and win the fight bottom, and
Yep.
they still didn't catch anything.
Yep, this is the Nature's Pro. We thought maybe Planet Odd would kind of play. It was a little more difficult for him, but Envy is doing a great job here.
Now Envy's actually going to
Shrines.
have that big fighting item with the Scythe of Ice.
Yep, man. I mean, NP is just, they're not making mistakes at all. This game, last game, the game before, we've watched all three of them, and they have very rarely made mistakes.
It feels like if there is some kind of solution, if you can call it that, against NP, it might be to go even greedier than them.
Yeah, and like a future game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like if you're trying to punish them, or at least for most teams, it's kind of a tough road to take.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grant, I would say like at least 80% of their games, NP has the greedier later game lineup.
Yeah, except of course the one game they lost, Jug AM is extremely greedy and it paid off. Uh-oh, Snake King. The Lincolns though, they need the TP Orchid. And unfortunately, barely times it.
You know what it is? They didn't have the Furion ult. That actually can proc Lincolns for
Oh,
you
yeah.
from a global.
Couldn't he have just TP Orchid to take it off with MS? I mean, it's still, you have to do it super quick, and Snaking is very good at that. You are? Maybe
Trying
they're
to
going,
set up for
oh
something.
my goodness. He has the sight. That could have been a kill. He did not quite go enough into the trees. That was strange why you are just making that play. I don't know.
He's tried that play earlier, right?
Yeah.
20 minutes ago.
Against the silencer.
Yeah.
And now,
You just you have to make a play, and they really just have not found, like, how many Ancient Apparition quick picks have we
I
gotten?
can't believe they
It's
would
because
do that.
they have no vision to take these fights. They have
Yeah.
no idea where MP is.
And-
They have no idea how many heroes are behind other heroes.
I don't think.
Oh, nice play from Eternal Envy. Since they know the smoke and the push out, naturally there's going to be no one in base to really defend against the
Yeah.
chip damage.
As you are and CCNC are coming back. It's just NP doing their thing. Bo constricting him for Jack.
Take those shrines. 0. Well, not quite 0, but only a little bit of outer vision available here for Team Freedom.
There's not much to even say there. Just like, if you're being boa constricted, you're just slowly squeezed.
Yep.
Oh,
my
no!
goodness. And that is going to more than likely be the end of Snaking's life. He has buyback, but that's a tough kill. Blink Dagger.
The blink back into the direct line that hook shot
Yep.
was aimed at anyway.
Perfect.
That was
That is just unlucky. There is no other word for
from
it.
half court right there from Curtis Lane.
And probably going to be forcing a buyback. They're just going to probably brute force down middle.
Look at Curtis's items. He's so farmed. Blink, Force, Pipe, Solar Crest.
No. He's owning.
This blink is something else.
Yep. Almost has an Ags. Not almost, but he's getting there. For a support, he almost has it.
Have we seen blink on Clockwork before? Has Curtis gotten it before?
Sure.
I've seen it. I've seen KP do that. before.
It's interesting.
Saw Draskell do
Kinda
it
like
in
it.
our pub.
Old Draskell.
Draskell the Rascal is head of the meta, dude.
He is the meta game changer. And they're not going to, I mean, you think they're going to force the puck buyback. Looks like they are now. They're going to push in multiple lanes, bottom and middle. Top naturally pushing in from the Raxes being down.
It's 32,000 gold lead.
32,000 goalies. So let's say Freedom does win a fight. You take that down to what, 27K? It's still a lot.
Yeah. They have to win like 4 fights in a row, probably.
Yep. They also need, oh, and look at that. Flea, got to try to slow him down here. Interesting. Oh, BKB, nice. They saw the BKB in the back. Shrine, or pardon me, Glyph is going to come out, roll in. Doesn't have a kick until about now. And they're just going to clear the creeps out.
Look at that patience from MP. We missed our initiation. We used our BKB back right off. We might have a huge edge, but why risk it? We've got top lane, and I like that they insist on pressuring bottom as well with that top lane already pushed.
Yeah.
It's just that much harder to have to go across the map to defend one of your lanes. Is already leaking super creeps in. So.
And I like they're not afraid to use MSS's BKB, like, right? Who cares? As long as he gets that initiation, even if he dies, as long as he gets that lockdown on one of those cores, they're happy with that, the 1-1 trade.
Always nearing that that Agnum, so even if he misses the initial hook, going for another pretty soon.
Mjolnir for the Nature's Prophet. You've got Legion Commander, who hasn't really seen the straight up like dual damage that we saw in earlier games, but he also still hasn't hit his level 25.
They're going for a sneaky type of Roche play. Unfortunately, I'm sure there's a trap there. They're about to lose a Rax bottom, no Glyph available. TP into the trees. He's gonna try to do anything, and they're just gonna lose a full set of Rax. Not even gonna get Roche. Hook's gonna fly in. Global Silence is out. They're gonna get the duel up onto Flea. Stan King goes down as well. CC&C probably gonna die. Duel's out of that. Well, he's still alive. It's gonna be rough.
Barely.
Oh, Bounty Rune doesn't want it.
But as you said, they still lost Roshan. They still are
Lost to Rax
lost
and
a lane
Roche.
of Rax.
Lost 2 heroes.
I mean, they've lost the game. Let's be real.
Oh, snaking.
Oh no.
You can still blink
He's
after
got
him
hacks.
if he. Snaking's playing this really well.
Whoa.
That was actually pretty sick.
Yep. Oh, they're trying to chase down Yawar. Oh, he misses the gust. And he gets
Oh! There it is.
Wow.
Nice.
barely. Needs to watch out for that hit flying in here. Does it hit? No.
I think it does.
It should, right?
Whoa. Miss. Huh. Well, okay. They get a kill on Nature's Prophet and force him to buy back. Very intriguing. NP is now up 31,000. Looking good. I mean, Nature's Prophet is pretty much 6 slotted.
Yeah,
I
I,
mean,
think
most
that
of their
the
heroes
buyback's
are.
still kind of okay because I don't think the Aegis goes to anybody else, right?
Yeah, exactly. And level 5 Dagon is picked up on Puck. Gives him a little more kill potential even when he's doing that split pushing he has been doing lately.
But I mean, despite their
Oh, look at this wordplay.
he sees him now.
Hello. But no one else is near him. He can't do anything yet. Yep, he's out of there.
Yeah, despite Freedom maybe solving some of their damage issues, they don't have a way to find the good fight that they want to find.
Yeah.
I think CC was actually trying to bait his Maelstrom to see if like Envy would, because I think he kind of knew that there was a possibility that Dream Protector is playing in those trees.
The woods, yeah.
Yeah.
Looked like it. Or maybe he just knows it's a rough one. Duel comes out. He is just going to get blown up. No buyback. BKBs are popped. It's not good. Ults get a fly out. Get a hit on Fafada. Not going to do very much. Snake King's trying to go, and he has that take on 5. We haven't really seen it yet. Yawar not really putting out that much damage. Eternal Envy's just
He's
TP
straight
in
up
front of him
BKB
to get the
TPs
racks.
to
Yeah.
get the racks.
And that is more than likely going to be Megas, more than likely going to be the game. Lena is out of it. Global Silence is going to fly, and you're going to get 2-shotted. He does, gets fueled into the air. Snaking, what can he do? Not very much. Tries to pop it out. It's a 3-for-0 trade on here. War goes down. Good games get called. Grass get called, and, well, we have our first NA participant into TI outside of EG. It's going to be NP. I think everyone's favorite going into this, and they had a little shakeup after day 1 with Freedom beating them, but they come back and give them the Constrictor.
Yeah, I mean, they just look unstoppable. Honestly, Team NP, if they have their way with the draft, and it seems like they do get it most of these games, then they don't make many mistakes. They seem to have this, even if it's different heroes, it's kind of the same formula, and they perfected that formula from time after time, apparently.
At least within this region, like, and they have a
Yeah.
number of different heroes that can fill those roles, right? If you ban the Night Stalker, maybe it's, if you ban the Clockwork, excuse me, maybe it's the Night Stalker, maybe it's the Enchantress, maybe it's the Doom, even.
Yeah.
That
I
fills
mean,
the-
Nature's Prophet for Eternal Envy, like, when the hell has that ever been seen, you know?
Not in the past
It
7.0.
fills,
Yeah.
it fills the same role. Like they push out the lanes, they protect their towers, for the most part.
Yep, good to see all those guys back at TI again. For most of them, they're strong. I mean, they've been going, like we said, to international events, doing good, right? They should have actually 2-0'd EG at Manila without that crazy comeback. I mean, the chance they could have taken that tournament, maybe gotten an invite. Now they earned it. They're going on, and Freedom, well, they're going to go on to fight another day tomorrow.
Yeah, and this is not to take anything from Freedom. I still think they look really, really good.
They really do, yeah.
I mean, maybe a couple errors here and there. Like, their laning phase was just not as strong as NP's, and I think that mostly came down to drafting rather than, you know, any sort of glaring play errors.
The AA pick felt, I mean, it was their first pick. It felt weird, right? They were going with Disruptor a lot before. A hero that can have that big ulti, even give him some vision, give him that catch with glimpse, but AA is just, he's AA. Like, it felt really weird they first picked AA out of nowhere.
Ancient Apparition with a very exposed safe laning core
Yeah.
in Draw Ranger does
Felt
feel like an awkward, because then, like, if you have a more self-sufficient core that is, like, tankier and doesn't really need the assistance, then
Yeah.
the Ancient Apparition can play a little bit more with some of these kill heroes. But
Right.
Yeah, that's the key for NP, self-sustaining lane pushers, right? The Drought, not necessarily as good at hitting towers themselves, but maybe not as good in terms of pushing things out. Not that self-sufficient either, needs some protection. So that was, I could see that the AA, like, they wanted to be able to get these pickoffs and kind of have this, like, global synergy a little bit, but
Yeah.
that just never got off the ground for them.
It didn't, and well, I believe we are gonna go to a quick break. Unfortunately, I mean, it is fortunate maybe, but NA isn't even done. There is still a 3-way tie coming. Wheel, Cole, DC. I believe us four are probably gonna go maybe hit the hay sack. It's been a very, very long day. There is also SEA playoffs still coming up. Clutch Gamers versus Fnatic, and I believe the winner of that qualifies for TI, right? Because they get 2 qualifiers, so if you make grand finals, you're in.
Yes.
Yes, so the winner of that will qualify for TI again. So from the NA crew, we will see you again, like, I don't know, 2 hours, I guess. We're quick sleep, so keep tuning in.